Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 24th and final episode of Zetsuen no Tempest. That's right, this story is about to come to an end, and it's still up in the air how much of a tragedy it will end up being, because that's been a big theme for a while, having the power to make something either a tragedy or not a tragedy. So, but the thing is, we started our operation, our mission, and one of the things that would lead it to be a tragedy would be Yoshino kind of getting shot there at the end. That's a pretty big problem. Luckily, we do have healing magic in the show. However, he's, I think, too close to the tree for that to even be possible. So that's my biggest concern, really. So yeah, I guess we'll see. But hopefully, we can manage something so we won't die. But you do have Hanamura that's like right in front of the tree. So aside from getting shot, the mission's been going just fine. But that is a pretty big problem, especially if Hakaze finds out about that. She might not be a big fan of that. So yeah, I can't help but wonder what we're gonna do in this final episode. How we'll end off things. Will Yoshino die? Will he not? Will somebody else die as well? Or instead of, let's get into it and find out. 3, 2, 1, play. And there he is, ready to do it. This is an evil tree. Zetsuen no Tempest, the civilization blaster. I thought I was gonna stab the giant ship, but no. Yeah, still playing with the missiles. Well, hopefully you don't see the condition Yoshino's in, because that would probably distract you even more. Yeah, I think I saw some blood there. Uh. Yeah, I bet. Yeah, he's not a big fan of that. That's very much not okay. You don't shoot my friends. But yeah, it doesn't seem to be too bad if it's just an arm wound. Okay, so it's not too bad. That's good. Getting shot sucks, I mean. Yeah, watch the captives. Let's try to be better about that this time. Come on, Hanamura. Staring at the tree won't help anyone. Okay, is it just gonna... Well, it made a hole in it, but not quite the, Yeah, this is gonna be harder than we thought. He's gonna 1v1 this tree god. I don't know how it's gonna go. Well, so far, not super well. Actually, kind of mind Kimurikusa a little bit now. Oh, fruit. So not the fruit, not the fruit. Yeah, this is not going to be easy. He doesn't even have his cool armor to make things even harder. Oh, come on. What now? Oh, I don't know how we're going to do this. I'm losing confidence and more crap pops up out of this tree. It's like throwing fruit at him, blowing at him. I think regenerating itself. This is the final boss that he's trying to 1v1, and I don't know how feasible that is. It looks like it, doesn't it? Doesn't look like any heaven I'm aware of. They can't take him seriously with a mask. I just can't. Got all that defensive magic. Yeah, so do what I say, okay? You want to live. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's okay. All that's happened is he got shot, no big deal. I don't know how many vine whips we can block. It is so Dragon Ball Z-esque, just flying in that position with like a blue glow around them. Hanamura, come on. We can't do this forever. You gotta find some way to kill that impossible to kill thing. This... If this was a video game, I would not want to do this boss battle. I would probably rage quit. Yeah, we kind of knew that going in, didn't we? But nobody can really help him, that's the thing. That's the biggest problem, nobody can really help him. What would Ika do? Yeah. Yeah? You should write an angry letter to the author. Man, those legs. Anyway, what? Okay, that doesn't clarify anything. Okay, you could have said it to begin with. I never would have guessed that. Yeah, you don't really want to be near the tree right now. Okay. Okay. Well, it looks pretty cool, but what happens next? Are we gonna teleport? Oh, that's a giant sword. Oh, that's a really big sword. Is that gonna be what Hanamura uses to battle? Does he need an Excalibur? Oh, a Master Sword? That looks really painful. Oh. Are you okay? That looks pretty deathy. But okay, we're good. And we got our lights. Yeah, we need whatever equipment he can get, so... If that comes over to help, that'll be very helpful. That looks so cool and so menacing, just all of that. But here we go. We got our weapon. We finally have something to tip the scale in our favor. The Blade of Exodus, of course, that's what it's called. Yeah, but how do you wield that? It's kind of bigger than you are, like the hilt is. It's a giant Blade of Exodus. I was a little bit concerned when to treat Exodus was doing something weird, but yeah, there's definitely in our favor. Which makes sense. I mean, they're enemy trees. He just destroy his clothes. Well, yeah, there we go. Damn. I don't think you're supposed to throw swords, but I think it did the job. Oh wow, that is some power. I did just up his clothes just like tore off as he threw it though. But yeah, I think we may have just actually one-shotted it there. Oh, that's some really beautiful animation too. And then yeah, all of it all over the world just is gone because that's not where it only was. That was just where the heart was. The tree of Genesis was all over the place. And yeah, we finally did it. Our civilization is not going to be blasted today, you evil tree. And they did not do much in this final battle. But we knew that going in. Still looks so cool in that armor. Okay, so I guess he put on that outfit. Yeah, that's a good point. If the trees are gone, that's also magic gone. I have to live life with as just regular people, regular logic. To each their own tale. So we still have a lot of time left. That's good. We get to see the aftermath. Slow down, don't choke. Well, yeah, our Lord and Savior tree is gone. What do we do? I guess that's something. Yeah. Most people wouldn't know what happened. That would be something. That's cool. Did someone not like that? Uh, so that's why it takes issues with it. I will do it in a heartbeat. I wouldn't count on that. Why the roof? Why is there luggage on the roof? Oh, you look really cute like that, Hakaze. But my question still stands. But she doesn't. But yeah, really cute outfit. Like 10 out of 10. I'm trying to run away. Yeah, let me live a life, you twins from Avatar The Last Airbender. It's a good point. Oh, damn. Wow. Get wrecked. I mean, those are things you can learn. Doesn't take that long. I mean, common sense, maybe. Yeah, you're just a normal girl now. Yeah, there's no saving you here. I still love you, Hakaze, even without magic. Hakaze is so cute. Look at everyone doing these normal things. Oh! Ow! How weak are you, Hanamura? Never believe you destroyed a god tree. Whose phone? Of course it's his. Where are we gonna meet his girlfriend? I think that's who's messaging him now. Especially with that look on his face. Yes. Apparently she changed her mind. Okay, I guess it worked. I would still would like to meet her though. I guess he deserves at least that much of a reward for, you know, saving the world. Um, uh, let's just, yeah, ignore that. I'm over here, Yamamoto. Okay. So, we're gonna actually see what she looks like? Because I really want to see what she looks like. Hopefully, he shows up. I'm secretly a powerful mage that saved the world, but I'm not anymore because trees are gone. And that's her? We didn't really get a great look at her, but I guess that's something. It's really not a bad idea. Eventually. Yeah, nothing flashy about rebuilding something. Yeah, no magic to heal it, which means it's gonna be a bit longer. You really miss magic when it's gone, don't you? Yeah, that'd be hard to explain. So how'd you get shot? Secret? Yeah, it's unfortunate. An SD card. Goodbye. Yeah, a bit of a delayed reaction. There we go. And here we go. We get to see something new. I like it already. So, what's this gonna be? Is it gonna... Not gonna make me cry, is it? We did. Yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure it was worth it. uh, like, sure you would have. Probably could have got that earlier. Three times, how generous. It's easier to say that than to actually do that. Siri, really? I assume she's joking, but that that's certainly one way to end off the video. Uh, I mean, we got to see Hakaze's nude body, so like, like, you were too good for this world. And May never got to see her nude body, huh? Yeah, back to where it pretty much all started. I'm glad she did that silly thing at the end there. Otherwise, I may have started to tear up. Not to get competitive or anything. Butterfly. Good for you. Oh, the 3 punches. Ooh. Yeah. Saw that coming. Yeah, but then Ika gave permission, so it's all good. Exactly. Yeah, he still got shot not that long ago, so it don't hurt me too much. Yeah, think about Ika. You do you. Okay, we're really continuing that. Yeah, I'm about to do them all right away. To space them out a bit more. We're actually gonna get into that? Because that was mentioned, but not much of a follow-up. Mentioned like a long time ago. You should do something about Hakaze, alright? Yeah, but it's just Sakura petals. Yamamoto, yeah. I remember when I first met her. I didn't realize how much I would end up liking her. The Snickers, yeah, that was funny. I still remember how great that was. Uh, Junichiro. And yeah, that's when we saw her nude body, which was great. I mean, the audience didn't really get to see much of it, but they did. Oh yeah, when they first met, Hanamura just drop kicking him. We have. We saved the world. Are you implying there's going to be a second season? Because I don't think that's true. But I guess they mean off screen. There's Hakaze. Still love the outfit. Didn't run down the stairs. I know you're in a hurry to get to your girlfriend, but there's no healing magic in this world anymore, remember that? And then she sees him. I bet she cheers up then. Any hug or... Okay. The end. Okay. Well, that was the 24th and final episode of Zetsuen no Tempest. And yeah, we pretty much wrapped up everything with this episode. The wound that Yoshino got wasn't all that bad. We were able to just kind of patch that up. And we also had Hanamura eventually take down the Tree of Genesis. It's a little bit difficult though because just kept sprouting vines and other things that blow loud sound and stuff like that. It was a rough fight, but that was only because Hanamura was unarmed. Once the Tree of Exodus sacrificed itself to become a giant sword. I call it a sword. It wasn't really used that much like a sword. And it barely even looked like a sword. But the point is, Hanamura got it, and he just like whoosh chucks at the Tree of Genesis, and then boom, it pokes it. Like it got a line crack go all the way up it, and then poosh, it just disintegrates into these beautiful blue sparkles. And not only did the heart disappear, but all the parts of the Tree of Genesis all around the world disappeared. And then it was gone. It was finally resolved. The world is finally free of the tree overlords and all that. So we could breathe easy again. And that was only like 9 minutes or so of the episode. We had plenty left because there's gonna be an aftermath. Like we've talked about that a lot in the show. That once we do this, we gotta worry about what comes after, of course, because no trees means no magic. They definitely try to hammer that point home in this episode. But yeah, there's no healing magic, no Mage of Exodus, no Mage of Genesis. That's not a thing anymore. You're all normal people. And it's not even just them. So the entire Kusaribe clan is now just normal people. And, includes people like Tetsuma, who's not super happy about his new position. But yeah, the Kusaribe clan was given a job, which is cool. So, and also Hanamura got back together with his girlfriend, seems like, so it's good for him. But I didn't get to see a very good shot of her, but we saw enough, I guess, to get a basic idea of what she looks like. But I kind of would have liked a bit more. Hakaze no longer wanted to be in that one secret mage village hidden in the east and all that, and, wanted to leave. But they were like, no, don't leave, because you suck at all the normal lady things like cooking and just kind of common sense in general. You can't just leave. And then she's like, no, I'm leaving. Goodbye. See you later. And yeah, that's how that went. And next time we see her, she meets up with Yoshino, of course. And Yoshino and MyHero, they still have to obviously see Aika's message, which apparently was in the form of like an SD card. So, like, was like the SD card what was in the envelope and as opposed to a regular letter? Is that what that was? Otherwise, I'm a little bit confused. But anyway, the point is that was the final message for them, and Aika basically said what was on her mind, because she knows the context that they'd be looking at in is when they already defeated the Tree of Genesis. So it's basically just a message to kind of tell them to move on with their life. Don't mourn over her or obsess over that. Just live your life. Just express her gratitude for everything they did for her. Treat her like a normal girl and all that. Yoshino being her boyfriend, MyHero being a good brother and all that. And yeah, it is enough to make you tear up. But luckily, Aika does put in enough silliness, enough Aika-isms to stop that from being too bad. Like mentioning the punching Yoshino 3 times thing. There was at least one other thing, and then there was also the I'll end this off by showing you my nude body thing. And I figured she was joking, but I was still holding on to a little bit of hope that would be the case, because, I mean, why not? By the time you look at that, you'll be dead, so it's not like you'd be embarrassed or anything. So, it is kind of a why not sort of thing, but yeah, I guess. I can also understand why I guess she wouldn't want to actually do it. It's much more fun just to tease them. That's it. Like I said, we did get to see Hakaze. They got to see Hakaze like that on the hill when she teleported off the island. So, and their bodies are probably fairly similar. So, just use your imagination to fill in the gaps, probably. But let's see. Anything else for this episode? I mean, the Yamamoto thing was kind of funny. The ignoring her and all that. That was good. And then the final scene of the two of them at the graveyard was also really good. Well, the final scene was meeting up with Hakaze, but anyway. So yeah, the series as a whole, this show I had never even heard about this show until a patron requested it. So when I looked at it on my anime list, and I was like, wow, this has like over an 8. That's pretty good. I'm kind of surprised I never heard of the show before. So, you know, I was kind of excited to get into it. I had no idea what it was about, because I do generally try to go into these things as blind as I can. So, needless to say, first episode was a little bit confusing. You know, by the time I finished the show, it's like, yeah, everything was pretty straightforward for the most part. But at the time of the first episode, it was pretty confusing. I'm sure if I watch it again, I'd be like, yeah, this all makes perfect sense to me, but a little bit different at the time. So it just kind of threw a lot at me. You know, we had the Aika stuff, and we had magic, and then we had trees, fruits, people becoming black iron, talking about this one girl on an island and her full Kusaribe family. Like, there was a lot to throw at me in the first episode. But luckily, nothing really necessitated me knowing all that right away. It just kind of gave a lot of, like, a brief overview, I guess, of the contents of the show, and then kind of elaborated on them over time. So it's not like there was like quiz in episode 2 or anything. So I didn't need to remember a whole lot. But I remembered enough, and then I learned more as I went along. And the series, I wasn't really sure what exactly the whole meat of the series would really be at first. But really, it was a journey. I mean, if I try to really encapsulate the show, it was really a journey of... I mean, I guess it was just kind of a journey of Yoshino and my hero kind of coming to terms with Aika's death. I guess that's really... If I had to summarize it in one relatively short sentence, that's probably what it would be. But it's kind of hard to do that with this show, because there's a lot to it. You know, the real overarching plot was the whole tree thing. And that was probably one of my favorite things about the show, is just kind of the narrative of it. Well, no kidding, but I'll elaborate. See, the show clearly tried to paint a picture of, early on, tried to paint a picture of Hakaze being like the good guy, the Tree of Genesis being the good god, the Tree of Exodus being the bad one that we're fighting against, and we're helping Hakaze so we can help the world. And that's kind of how it was framed in the beginning. Pretty straightforward, pretty basic plot, you know, that a child might even be able to follow. However, that wasn't the case. We got a lot of info over time. We found out that, hey, it's actually not quite that simple. And I was trying to paint Samon as the bad guy here and Hakaze as a good guy, and them going off against each other. But no, actually, this is a difference of interpretation of the trees and what they do and the meaning of their scripture, doctrine, dogma, whatever you call it. I don't know my terminology, but the point is, none of them really knew for sure what would happen in regards to these trees. So that's why they were trying to like resurrect the Tree of Exodus, because they didn't think the Tree of Genesis would be doing the good things that Hakaze thought they would. Because she thought, yeah, the Tree of Genesis would like fix things and stuff, like restore logic. And like, no, that would like the Tree of Exodus, the Tree of Genesis. I get the names mixed up so much. The Tree of Genesis is actually gonna wipe out, like, start over again. That's what the Tree of Genesis will do. So clearly, that's the enemy. So don't listen to the princess, and then at that point, the audience doesn't quite know what to believe. And that's really what shook up the show, because, yeah, in the end, that's basically what it was. The Tree of Genesis was not quite the good guy here. It's a little bit, the full truth is a little bit complicated, but basically, the trees had, like, an alien origin. They came here. The Tree of Genesis was just going to, like, take over, you know, and reset civilization, and it's, like, happened before. And they kind of had to take care of it before it got to that point. So by the end of the show, the Tree of Genesis that was treated like the good guy was the enemy and had to be taken down. So I do like the flow of the show, how we got to that point from that point. Got to the point from Simon being like, yeah, that's the bad guy, that's the antagonist, that's who we had to take down. Dude, no, he's like part of the team now. We're all working together to a common goal. Like, we all care about the Earth, we want to protect it, we want to do good, and we're all on the same side, really, here. So I do like how we got from point A to point B in that regard in the show. It definitely kept things interesting with all of that. And even the magic system was kind of cool, how we had some people with their defensive magic, but could still be used in a bit of an offensive way, because that's just how life works. Like, something doesn't have to be made to be a weapon, to be used as a weapon, and their defensive magic was a good example of that. But then we saw actual offensive magic with the Mage of Exodus later on, so we had to see what it could really do. But it was kind of funny seeing different people with defensive magic battling each other. It's like watching a couple of Metapod, you know, Pokemon go at it, just taking turns hardening. Kind of reminded me a little bit of that. But anyway, yeah, like I said, the overall narrative of the show was cool. And of course, we had the Aika stuff kind of sewed within there because there was multiple mysteries in regards to Aika. There was who killed her, and then, well, there was the who was her boyfriend thing. But there's only really a mystery to Mahiro because Yoshino, of course, knew who it was, but nobody knew who the killer was. And that was a big thing, and that was really what got Mahiro to even care about any of this. He didn't care about saving the world at first. He just like, somebody killed my sister. Gotta know who had done it. This random girl on the island, she can help me, so I guess I'll save the world and hopefully so I can get her to help me with that. So, but eventually even that switched over to him just kind of caring about saving the world because he eventually learned the truth about Aika's death and there was really nobody to enact revenge on with that. So yeah, pretty logical progression with that character. But yeah, Aika, what they did with her character was very interesting as well because she had a lot of characterization throughout the show, despite the fact that she was dead by episode 1. That's not really a typical thing with anime, but yeah, we got to know her through the memories of the people that care about her, and like, sharing memories. Like, it wasn't just from one person's perspective. It was both Mahiro and Yoshino. Like, we kind of took turns getting flashbacks of the two of them, I think. So that was the way we got to know her, which was an interesting way to go about it, which I thought was pretty cool. But, because they both probably look at her a little bit differently, even though they both love her quite a bit. And, yeah, just a lot of the show is coming to terms with her death, but we eventually were told that her death, although tragic, did have a purpose, That's what fueled Mahiro to help save the world, If she didn't die, he wouldn't have met Hakaze. None of this would have gotten rolling. And it was just so sad that we really had to just accept that that's how it was. She had to die. We can't save her because that would just ruin everything. Even though we want to because we all care about her and it's obviously very tragic stuff, but still very, very cool, well-written stuff as well. So it still breaks my heart nonetheless because at the end of the day, I still want Aika to live, but it's just not going to happen. Especially now that magic's gone, there's no way to even attempt at anything on that regard. So it's just all about accepting it, moving on with their lives, and they all are doing that. You have Mahiro trying to pursue education and trying to make change, and Yoshino that found someone else, Hakaze, which they got together because, well, why not? They interacted with each other, and Hakaze didn't have much interaction with Male, but beyond that, so anyway, that's how he's moving on, going with someone else. So yeah, and of course there's other cool characters as well, Yamamoto and other members of the Kusaribe clan, and what's his face, the one guy I always forget, Junichiro, who liked Hakaze and all that. And Hakaze was obviously very cute. I pretty much liked any moment Hakaze was on screen. I don't think there was any scene where Hakaze was the focus of it that I did not thoroughly enjoy. So I'm so quite glad that she was in this show. But that's only one big benefit of the one big pro of the show is that it had a lot of great characters. Mahiro and Yoshino, I've already talked about how great, the whole friendship and dynamic between them are. But just as individual characters, they're both pretty great. Even though they kind of come across very basic, with Mahiro being very kind of hot-headed and all that, and Yoshino being calm, cool, and collected, but, there's a little bit more to pretty much both of them there. Like, Mahiro is quite a bit more clever than you would think just by, looking at him for little bits, And Yoshino's Yoshino. The amount of mystery about Yoshino was funny, because they kept talking about this thing about Yoshino having the heart of the Mage Exodus or whatever, which I guess turned out to not be true. But I don't know. Actually, I don't know if they really clarify that one way or the other. But the point, not like it really matters at the end of the day, I guess, but it was something they were talking about a lot anyway, because Hanamura had the power, that's really was relevant, so it doesn't really matter one way or the other. But it was funny regardless. And how worried they were about Yoshino being able to manipulate Hakaze and all that. That was a fun little concern that they had. And Hakaze just kind of, when she was first in that sort of lovey-dovey mode, that was some really cute stuff, especially when she realized that she was in love with him. That was a lot of fun. But yeah. And the plot twist about Aika being the Mage of Exodus, I certainly did not see that coming at all. Like, that was pretty crazy. I mean, the plot twist of Aika, committing suicide or whatever. I'm not gonna say I saw that coming, but that is one of my early guesses. My two early guesses were pretty much she killed herself or Yoshino did it for some weird reason. Those were my two early guesses, just because we didn't really have much to go on at that point. So I'm not gonna use that and just say, yeah, I totally called that, because that wouldn't quite be accurate. And you know, even if I did, it still didn't realize the meaning behind it, which is kind of the most important thing. Not so much who did the killing, but the meaning behind it. That's really what the mystery was truly about. I mean, maybe not to my hero who just wanted somebody to kill for revenge, but for otherwise, that's what really mattered, was the meaning behind it. So, yeah. What else does it really say? I've already said a lot, but is there much more to talk about with the show? I don't know. I think that's about it. I mean, the Hanamura stuff was something. Like, the way they revealed him as being the current mage of Exodus was interesting. He just, like, doing his construction work or job or whatever. Like, huh, by the way, I got magic, And he was just such a wuss, like, really felt like one of those spineless protagonists you see in some anime. He just had my hero beating him up and all that. But at the end of the day, he did what he needed to do and, took down the tree of Genesis, so get on him. But yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, overall, my main point is this was a very good anime. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a little bit slow paced at points, especially on that hill. But I'm not gonna consider that to be a real con of the show, because because being slow paced isn't really a bad thing. Like, it sounds like a criticism when you say it, but it's better than having weird pacing, which some shows do. When it's like really fast paced and it slows down a lot, and then. But yeah, I'd say the pace was mostly consistent. I mean, maybe it slowed down a little bit during the hill stuff, but that was a lot of important stuff happened in that moment, so I can forgive that. Anyway, really good show. Glad I watched it. And this was a Patreon requested anime, which means that now this is over, something else is going to go into its slot. And I believe that's going to be, yeah, Hanasaku Iroha. So whatever days I do this will be that next. And what are my Zetsuen no Tempest days? Thursday, obviously, because that's today. And Saturday. Although it gets its... no, I think it would still be relevant for people that are not early access. I think it still works out that way. But anyway, that will be now Hanasaku Iroha, so if you care about that anime, then you should stick around for that as well. Otherwise, I'm glad you stuck with me this whole time, watching me react to this show. I hope you enjoyed my reaction, because I always do my best. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.